Good morning.
Hello.
Well, afternoon, I guess. Hello.
Good evening. No, it's morning. It's still morning. It's 11:18 a.m.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to Needles at the Ready. I'm Kevin.
I'm Ray. And it's She's not going to even stop.
I know.
Hopefully you can't hear her.
Our smart device is stupid, and she started speaking. We didn't say anything to her.
We didn't say our name.
No.
Her name.
So today,
We said our name.
We did. So today is Saturday, February 18th. This is our YouTube knitting podcast where we talk about knitting, crocheting, yarn dyeing.
And the year is 2023.
It's 2023.
This is really bothering me.
The book?
Yeah.
Oh, crud.
What?
I left a book downstairs. That's all right.
You did? Which one?
Yeah, Moon and Turtle. I was going to bring it up since I'm talking about something in it, but I have it in my good notes.
Okay.
So, welcome.
That's how it's going to have to live.
I know.
Hello.
I don't know what is happening.
I don't know. So,
all right, so let's just...
I know it's been 2 weeks, although it doesn't feel like it's been 2 weeks because we've been pretty busy and we've been doing some yarny things. I don't know if you've heard. But this little event called Vogue Knitting Live occurred in New York. I was going to say
New Haven. No. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks. So we're just going to jump in. Let's do
Great.
admin-y stuff. Go. We had a giveaway.
I was not prepared.
We had a giveaway.
We
last
did.
episode.
Let's do that first.
Yes.
Great.
So we were giving away these two beautiful skeins from Inkblot Yarn Co., who is an indie dyer and does one-of-a-kind colorways.
Yeah.
Doesn't write down recipes, so there's no repeating, which is beautiful. This is a beautiful blue-ish. This has some green and browns. This has blue and browns, and one of them had that really beautiful, like, red. There it is. Yeah. That burgundy in there.
Did a really, really amazing job. I wouldn't say ironing. My words are not.
I know.
Are not coming. So on our last video, we had a prompt that we were going to draw two winners from YouTube, from the comments down below on YouTube, using the word inkblot or words inkblot, and we drew two winners this morning. We had a ton of comments. Over 500 used the word. We searched for the word ink because a few of you put inkblot together as one word, and some of you spaced them out into two words. So we just used the word ink, and there were over 500 comments using the word ink.
Wow.
So you had a very high chance of winning. I'm just kidding. So we chose two winners, and I'm just going to show them both at the same time. The first winner is Gwendolyn Shepherd, and the second winner is Janet Scarlett. And here you are. Side by side. Do you remember that song?
No, I don't.
Isn't that a song?
No, I don't know.
I don't think I made that up.
You like to make up songs.
No, that's not true.
It's
not true. So, so congratulations. If you are the winners, please reach out to us via email. Is easier for us. But if you shoot us a message on Instagram is totally fine too. And let us know that you've won. And send us your mailing address and your real names, and we'll make sure that we get these out to you. We'll randomly pick who gets what.
Yeah. And our email address is down below, as is everything that we discussed today.
Yes.
So if we do miss something, feel free to reach out to us. But all links for patterns and yarn shops and bag shops should all be listed below.
Great.
So that's that. So let's start and let's talk about our 2 weeks.
Okay.
Let's do a little catch-up sesh.
Sure.
Okay. What happened?
Well, the night of our podcast, we decided to do Needles at the Ready After Dark, which we talked about doing. And a lot of you came out to see Kevin, me, and a bottle of Pinot Grigio.
And a big bottle.
Big bottle of Pinot Grigio. Try some international treats by trytreats.com. The link will be down below if anybody's interested in that. And if you haven't seen the live, if you were interested in seeing that as well, it was a lot of fun.
So much fun.
We drank quite a bit, and we tried everything in the box. Spoiler alert, there was some
not favorable
fun
tastes.
things there.
Yes.
But we did have a few winners as well, which are good.
Oh, I was like, we didn't do a giveaway.
No, but we had some winners of the
now?
food. Yeah. We had such a great time.
Yes, we did.
A lot of you, thank you for your kind words, checking on me to make sure that I was okay. Kevin really was the one that you should have been checking on because that night he decided to finish off the bottle of wine.
I did. I didn't like it going to waste, and there just was no room in the refrigerator for it. So
right.
I decided to finish it off.
And so there also might have been some drunk texts and phone calls, and we had a really nice FaceTime with some friends.
We did.
And then I decided it would be a good idea to order Uber Eats diner food, because of course when you drink you want to have some diner food.
It was delicious though.
Some bacon, egg, and cheeses and some cheese fries with gravy.
So good.
That was delivered to us at about midnight. 11:30 or midnight or something. So good. Devoured them.
But it was just such a fun time. So
it was.
Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I know it's different content obviously than what we normally talk about. So we will totally be doing more of those because we had so much fun. Maybe with a little bit less wine. Yeah. Maybe get, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little less wine. No. At least during.
I thought that was fun. Pinkies up. I thought that was hilarious. Okay, so
what else did we do?
So that was that. And then, so just so you guys know, the way that YouTube splits up videos now, I don't know if you've realized this, and some of our friends who also are podcasters too and just record live, if you go to our like YouTube channel, it'll list most of the videos, but there's a separate tab where you have to click live in order to see the live videos. So a lot of our friends are running into that because they're just posting, their live videos, and it's not showing up like under videos. So people are getting confused. Yeah. So if you go to our channel, you have to click. There's a little there's like videos tab, and then right next to that is a live tab. If you click on live, it'll show you all of the live videos down below. So if you're having trouble finding that video,
I'm gonna see, because like I know it does show up differently on the YouTube app that we show. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is at least on the app. I wonder how it shows on like the television app or the computer.
I don't know.
So good job.
So anyway, if you're having trouble, like I know Fiber Hustle lately has been doing live videos, and the Knitting Posse does live videos, so they may not show up under videos if you just happen to go to the channels. And that's your PSA for the day.
And then
what else?
Sunday, actually, we were pretty good after that. We drank a gallon of water when we woke up, and then the rest of the day we were fine. I don't think that we were
not ready
shape
to run a marathon.
No, I'm not ready to run a marathon any day.
True. That's good.
So
yeah, that was that. That was really fun.
I cast on 2 new projects that Sunday.
I don't think I knit very much that Sunday. Yes, I did. I finished. Oh, yes, I did.
We actually did stuff. We weren't like potatoes on the couch. We actually got stuff done that Sunday, so that was nice. And then we worked.
Potatoes on the couch.
No,
that's a made-up song. That one is definitely a made-up song. If anybody knows about a song about potatoes sitting on a couch, let us know. We'd love to know. What else?
So that was pretty much it. We worked, and then last weekend was.
Well, no, I took off Thursday, Friday.
That's correct.
My parents are moved. So I took off a couple of days to help them. They needed some help doing a couple more dump runs and finishing packing and all of those fun things. So they are officially settled in. You may hear some noise. My mom is here with her dog downstairs. So behave yourself.
Who?
She'll come to my rescue. You.
Oh. No, she likes me more than you.
I know, she kind of does. It's really terrible. I broke my front door today.
He did. We can't get out of our house. We're prisoners.
No, we're not prisoners. We can get out of our house. But our outside screen door, I went to go pull it closed, and
it broke.
The whole thing just broke right off. Snapped, like the metal snapped. So we have to go to Home Depot tomorrow.
Yes.
I've never had to buy a door. I have no idea.
We're not buying a door. We could probably just buy the handle.
No, we should just get a new door.
Nope.
Yeah, because that thing that attaches to it, we're going to get a new door.
No,
wait till you see in acquisitions.
No.
I'm starting to get my way in life. Just going to preface that there. And then, so that was Friday. Saturday, no, Thursday, Friday. Saturday was
Vogue Knitting Live. So we're just gonna we're not gonna show what we bought until the end. We'll just kind of go over.
You're not?
We'll
but at the end,
the end, we'll just kind of talk about the 2 days. So very sweet. The night before, our friend Kate from the Knitting Posse sent a group message saying, "Hey guys, I'm gonna get bagels from so and so. What kind of breakfast sandwiches would you guys like?" And gave us some options. So we chose. And Kate was very generous to drive us to New York. So she drove the 2 of us as well as Laura, and Kim from the Knitting Posse was already in New York. So we get to her house at like 9 in the morning.
Something like that.
She's in there flipping eggs and
I'm
cheese
waiting
and doing bacon.
yeah, I'm like on the way there. She was like, oh, I'm like, okay, we're like 5 minutes away. And then she texts, or I said, whatever it was. We were pretty close. And she texts and she says, I can't remember. Did you guys want cheddar cheese or what? And I'm like, yeah, thank you, blah, 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 blah. And I said to Kevin, like, oh, I think she's just going out to get the sandwiches now. So we pulled up to her house and we're standing in the driveway because we've never been there before. So we're like, is this the right place? We're not quite sure. And then Laura comes out. She's like, what are you guys doing? Like, and then I really thought Kate had gone to pick up, of course, not a normal person, but you would think that they would go out and she would be going out to buy bacon, egg, and cheeses on bagels. No, she's cooking. She's cooking. Literally, they picked up these delicious, delicious bagels. I have no idea where they're from.
They were from Pop-Up Bagels.
Okay. And yeah, she was slaving over a hot stove, making
bagel or egg and cheese
made
sandwiches.
To order egg and cheese sandwiches with your
bacon,
choice of cheese.
Actually, bacon, egg, and cheeses.
Delicious.
So that was very nice, and we took those on the road with us. We got to meet her. We actually got to meet her husband and one of her sons.
They were lovely. What a lovely family.
Devin, her son Devin.
He was wearing the hot toddy sweater, which is what I want to knit. It's actually on my list. I can kind of show you. It's a worsted weight hooded sweatshirty type of sweater.
Yeah.
And I know I definitely talked about this because my plan is definitely to knit that.
You have the yarn for it already.
I do. I already got the yarn for it. I got the yarn from Knit Picks. And this is the hot toddy hoodie. There. Which is really cool. There's a neat detail that goes along the back of it.
Did she use the same yarn? I don't remember.
I think she used that chain ply yarn.
Because it's a very similar color, I believe. The one that
this
she
is knit with Lion Brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she didn't use not Lion Brand.
No.
The sweater fit him perfectly.
Yeah. It was a really nice sweater.
Definitely a lot smaller than I am, especially around the midsection. But we'll see what happens. I'm very excited because it looks like a very cozy sweater. So so that was really fun. And then we drove up there. We've never actually driven into the city before.
No, we've always taken the train because we have a train. I mean, we have a train station less than 5 minutes from the house. So whenever
it's
we
like
have
an hour and 15 minutes to get to Grand Central Station from here with all the train stops and stuff. But
so she drove us in, which was very nice. We parked, went to the hotel and checked in, which was really nice because we got to check in early. Check-in was at like 3. We were able to check in at 11.
That's a thing now. Apparently, there's like late check-ins.
Yeah, well, we don't go anywhere, so we haven't been. I don't know the last time we stayed in a hotel. Well, yes, correct. Last time we stayed in a hotel. So we checked in, and then we headed straight to the Grand Marquis in Times Square for Vogue.
Marriott Marquis.
Yes, sir. And we checked in on the 4th floor. We got there maybe about noonish. Yeah, I would say like 12:30.
We were kind of like right where we wanted, like when we wanted to get there. We said we were going to get there for around noon.
Yeah, I think we got there just a little bit earlier than expected.
Yeah,
and checked in on the 4th floor. We walked there from our hotel. It was about 10 or 11 blocks. Which
we walked through Times Square, which is we haven't been in the city in like 15 years, and it was such a cool experience, obviously walking through Times Square, but there were so many of those people dressed in those costumes.
Like cosplay-y type of things and trying to get pictures with kids.
Yeah, they were kind of aggressive, like snatching kids from their parents, like to take pictures. And
it's not.
No, so I had to keep. Yeah, they had to keep reminding me to not make eye contact because, of course, I wanted to like stare at everybody.
Yeah. Well, our sister-in-law, she sent us a message. She was like, "Have fun. Don't look anybody in the eyes."
Yeah.
So that was a great tip. So we get to Vogue, and
I don't think the microphone's plugged in.
No, it is.
You sure? It's like hanging out.
If I move this, it's going to move the camera, though. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Oh.
Okay. So when
doesn't look very secure.
So what can I say about Vogue just in general, the experience? Is that we had a good time.
Yeah.
I was expecting more, I think, than what based on what we've heard of Vogue, I was expecting a little bit more. And based on the feedback we got while we were there is that it was a much smaller event than it has been in years past. Mm-hmm. There weren't nearly as many vendors, and it didn't seem very busy or overwhelming to me as other yarn events that we've been to. if you compare it to Rhinebeck, for example, they're two completely different styles of events
completely.
and different feels to it.
Yes.
Vogue was a little more, we'll say bougie-ish, right? And there's a lot of classes and like fashion shows and like a gala and speakers, which we didn't do any of the extras. We really just went for the marketplace.
Because we didn't know. And I think, if we were to do it again next year, we would take advantage and do classes and maybe like do the gala. I didn't even know that there was a gala.
Yeah, I think it's Saturday night.
It's like a dinner and schmoozing and all that stuff.
It would have been very different, and we've said a very different experience for us if we hadn't gone with friends. If it was just the two of us and we...
Especially not having signed up for classes or anything like that, if we had just gone for the marketplace.
I don't know that it would have been a fun experience had we not been there with friends.
Yeah.
I think that made the weekend for us.
Totally. Like we definitely met a ton of people, which was amazing. And we love that. And I think that's one of the things that we were saying is that we had time to spend with all of you and like with our friends and people that you see at these events. Like you get to, even though you don't know them, but like you recognize faces and it's like, oh, hey, it's great to see you again. Like we saw, what are you wearing?
Like Nadine. So there's this woman, Nadine, who we've seen at a bunch of events, and she lives here in Connecticut. She lives in New Haven. So, getting to see her walk by, and it's really nice now after some time to recognize these faces immediately. Yeah. And we got to meet a ton of you, and that also like helps make the event. If it was just the two of us walking around and we didn't interact with people, it would have been a completely different experience for us.
It was very it felt very casual. Which, I mean, obviously, like it's for sure casual, but it didn't feel like the energy level was a little bit different.
Yeah, for sure.
It didn't feel as chaotic.
Correct.
Which
is good.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
In a weird way, it's good.
And what I really enjoyed too was actually talking to all of the, like some of the vendors and like dyers and crafters that were there that had booths. And I had a very embarrassing experience.
It wasn't embarrassing. It was funny.
Hudson West. So, I frogged that O'Sheen hat that I was knitting with the I just had the yarn was not right for the project.
You were knitting it out of Green Mountain Spinnery and you didn't like it.
No, it just wasn't right for the project. But for the mitts, it turned out perfectly. Right. Anyway, I digress. So, the hat pattern is written by Megan. Oh shoot, I can't remember her last. Babin. Right, so we knew Hudson West was going to be there, so we're in the booth and like we're looking at the yarns, which are absolutely gorgeous.
They really are.
And this woman was like standing next to me, and like we just started chatting, and I'm like, oh, is this your first time here? And she's like, yeah, it's my first time vending. And I says, oh, you're vending here? I'm like, where's your booth? She's like, this is my booth. I felt like such a loser. And I said, oh, are you Megan? She's like, yes. I'm like, oh my God. She was lovely, delightful. Everybody there was really,
the booth
really
was
nice.
beautiful.
The booth was beautiful. We did make some purchases, so you'll see. I am going to redo that O'Sheen hat. I think that's how you say it.
So let's see. So Saturday, what else? So we get there, we check in, and we just started going through the shopping is on 2 floors and 2, I'll say like big conference type of rooms, right?
Yeah. Which they're huge rooms.
Yeah, they're huge. But so we started,
and then in the hallways, like outside,
there's some vendors.
There's vendors and cool little things to see.
And I'm going to continue. Before we continue, I'm just going to say we're awful with pictures. We don't have any. I think we took like 3. I don't know why. I think we just get caught up in the moment.
We do get caught up in the
moment. Really enjoy the experience, and so
which there's nothing wrong with that. So we depend on other people to send us the pictures, and when we say like, "Oh, can you please tag us on Instagram?" It's really just for us to be able to
have a record of what happened.
I was just trying to see if I can find a picture. I don't know if I don't think I have one. Oh, this is kind of what it looked like. This is outside the Mayak booth. So this is kind of what the situation looked like.
That was the busiest route.
This was the busiest route by far. So you had Mayak, which was beautiful. And then you had across the way was Brooklyn General, along with La Bien-Aimée. And then it just, so that little corner was a little bit, like,
it was
cluttered.
busy. It was busy. It was the busiest corner by far in the two rooms that the marketplace was in.
Now, somebody had mentioned before about the lighting there not being the best when you're shopping for yarn. I thought the lighting was pretty good.
I don't know. I haven't looked at my yarn, so I don't know what my yarn actually looks
well,
like
we'll find out
compared
today.
to the lighting that was there. So yeah, so we went and we did our marketplace on the 5th or I think we started on the 6th floor and then went down to the 5th, or vice versa, one of those. And just kind of peruse. We ran into Max and Tanya.
Oh yeah,
that was lovely. We got to
at
run
the
into them.
Katrinkle's booth, I think.
Yeah, at Katrinkle's booth. We ran into them a little bit later on in the day, and Max introduced us to Amy from La Bien Aimée, which was really nice to meet her.
She's so nice.
She is.
And like, she's got to be meeting a million people a day. Yeah. And she really made us feel like she, that we were her focus. Like, she was very calm. She didn't feel overwhelmed. She was...
Yeah, she seemed
calm, very, very nice.
Like, down-to-earth person. Yeah. And then... we ran into Kim and Jana, who were at the Mayak booth for a bit, and then obviously our BFFs. We spent the day, the weekend with Knitting Posse, Kim, Kate, Laura, and then their friend Sue. Sue was there as well, who was lovely.
She was lovely. She
fed us snacks.
Procurer
of snacks.
And
then we got to we went to the Mayak booth and met Paula.
Paula.
My bad. And bought some beautiful Mayak yarn. And then let's talk about this story. Speaking of the Mayak booth and going there. I wore my Once in Floral because I don't have any other sweaters that really fit me really well right now because of the holidays. And so the Once in Floral just fits me beautifully. It's my favorite sweater. So I wore it, and I'm standing there, and a woman...
You're going to tell this story now?
Yeah, I'm telling this story now. Approaches me from behind. I don't see her. All I hear is, "Oh, flowers on a guy?" And I turned around. I was like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." She's like, "Really?" And she's like, 112. So then she's like, "Oh." And then she said something along the lines of, "Oh, if a guy, some of them work at florists." I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "If they do, they're usually gay." I was like, "Okay." And if they work in the women's shoe department.
Yeah, it was a very bizarre conversation.
Yeah, and Jerkface here left me.
I had to walk away. The woman was very, very elderly.
Very elderly.
She was. And I don't, it's hard because you want to be, you want to say stuff and you want to be that advocate and it was just a very uncomfortable, awkward situation.
And I haven't had anything happen like that to me in to my face, I guess. In I don't know how long. It was definitely very uncomfortable, and I was a little taken aback.
Yeah.
But I didn't make any comments. Just like,
no, you ignored it and kind of walked away. It's just...
And then I went and visited my ex-booth and made myself happier.
You did. Yeah, you had some yarn therapy. It's so hard. It's just a reminder, we are so lucky with this channel and with the community that we've built and we're such an inclusive group of people. And Kevin and I usually don't ever feel excluded or uncomfortable or the gay thing, nothing, it doesn't, you don't usually think about it or let it affect you until it does. And it was just one of those moments that you almost just don't know what to do or don't know what to say.
Yeah, and it was kind of that moment. Yeah.
And it's easy for us to come to other people's defense. I don't even think twice about doing something like that or speaking up when I see something, or hear something. But when it's directed to you, it's just very uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's a different feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was like the only poor experience I will say that was had. So that was kind of like our Saturday day. We did some shopping.
I think we did quite a bit of shopping. We found this amazing booth. Wait till I show you what I bought. My current obsession. I am so in love with this booth. Yeah, it was just, we went back up to, Kim actually stayed at the Marriott.
She did.
They had a block of rooms, which, again, it's our first time, so, like, we didn't really know all the details. Like, Vogue Knitting had, like, a block of rooms, and then they had special pricing, and then actually the price of the rooms dropped the later that you waited to get the rooms.
So that's another tip for next year.
Another tip for next year. So we went back to her room and kind of left our coats there, which was super convenient. It was it was really cool.
I forgot that we did.
And we hung out on the 8th floor, like along the windows, and just sat for a little while and knitted and chatted. Some people had come up and said hello.
We saw Cassandra.
I love that.
And I don't recall her name, but if you're watching,
oh my gosh, I wish
I knew her name because
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Some cookies.
Food is just.
I know, and. Can I just say thank you so much because we ate the cookies all weekend and they were delicious.
Delicious.
Some of the best cookies I've ever had.
I have no idea what they were. They were these buttery cookies with a raspberry filling. Ugh.
Delish.
Please reach out to us and let us know again what your name is because I want to thank you personally because that was delicious.
So that was kind of like our Saturday, just mingling and doing some shopping. Saturday evening, Kate made reservations at a restaurant called Isle of Capri, which her and her family have gone to. She's the mayor, so she took care of that stuff, and it was lovely. We went. There were 10 of us, so it was the 2 of us, the knitting posse, their friend Sue, Max and Tanya, then Beth McDonald-Stone, who we got to see again, who's very lovely.
She is so lovely.
And her friend...
Veronica? No.
Nope. Priscilla?
No, it was said differently.
I know, it was.
Wait, we are bad.
Her friend, who was visiting from London. So we just had But
she was from France.
She was from France. She lives in London.
Yeah.
It was just a lovely experience.
It was really good.
We had such a good dinner.
So well.
Well, that's because we ordered well.
No, I know, but before that, like the extras, like you sit, it was traditional, like Italian, and they treat you like, family. We were in this room. I mean, it wasn't like a huge room. And you probably saw some pictures on Instagram. We did post some on Instagram. But the food just kept coming. Kate's husband was so nice. He ordered a bottle of Prosecco for the table, which I don't think I've ever had Prosecco before. And can I tell you, I loved it.
You did.
I did. And I kept saying how much I loved it.
You did.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just say it one more time. I'm a Prosecco drinker now. And they brought out charcuterie and
some bruschetta.
Bruschetta was delicious.
The food was amazing.
Before we actually ordered our food.
Yeah, and all of our dinners were good. We had great conversation and
a lot of laughs,
tons of laughing, and it was fun because there were a bunch of other conversations going on. Mm-hmm. And I thought what was good too about the evening, and I feel like we all got to know each other a little bit more too, had conversations that were outside of knitting stuff, which was really nice because I don't know that we've done that often. Because we always hang out at knitting events. So it was...
Well, that's your common thread, no pun intended, and then, you move past that and then you just start developing these bonds and realize I don't know, it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. And then, of course, we had a one more bar it because towards the end of the night, after we've eaten, they put a bottle of limoncello on the table. They put left the bottle and left glasses and just, here you go.
And some strawberry grappa, which I've never had a grappa before.
No, you mixed both together, limoncello.
I did.
And
they were delicious.
Grappa.
And then we found a random bar. I think it was called Bar Room. And went there for...
we Googled. And technology these days, you just Google best bars. We walked into one bar. And
walked out.
And the energy level just
I didn't even get to walk in.
Me neither. We were Kate and Laura, I think, were the first ones in there. And they just turned right around nope. It seemed too fancy.
Yeah.
We're not fancy when we're,
No. So we had a drink at that bar, went back to our hotels, slept, woke up Sunday and did it all over again. We went for a nice breakfast.
Not all over again.
No, I'm kidding. We went for a nice little breakfast.
At a diner.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the diner.
It's
But
a
it was
name.
a Geiner.
It's a name.
It's like
A male's
like
name,
a
if
male's
I'm
name.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
Walked
Andrews?
back.
Andrews Diner? Is that a thing?
Possibly.
I don't know.
We walked back to Vogue, did a little more shopping, chatted with some more people, and then...
That's where we ran into Irina, I think.
Yeah,
Was
we
it
saw
Sunday?
Irina both days. We ran into her both days.
That was when we really had a chance to like stop and talk.
Correct.
A lot of the interactions was in
Fast.
passing. It was kind of like past. That's my mom. I don't know if you can hear. My mom brought her little puppers.
Finley.
Finley.
And then we left around. We walked back, got our bags. We left them at the hotel, got our bags. You guys got the car. We stopped at Whole Foods and got some snacks for the car ride home.
Road snacks. Whole Foods is the best place to go for road snacks.
Yeah, and I think we were home by like 4:00 on
Yeah.
Sunday. So that's kind of it. We've been talking for a half an hour now. Why don't we jump into what we're wearing? I wore this at Vogue on Sunday. This is my Lava Lake shawl by Stephen West. The kit is a kit I bought from Stephen and Penelope. So here we go.
It's really gorgeous.
It's just garter with some yarn overs.
It's
this
huge.
is supposed to be a little more pronounced. The middle is supposed to be much darker. Mine was a little more more of a gradient.
Yeah.
Or variegated rather. So I did bring this because I wanted a reference point. Ching Fiber had a booth there, and I wanted to get this colorway in a sweater's quantity if they had it. It's called Fog. They did not have it, so I didn't buy it. But yeah,
Really nice.
it's a huge triangular shawl, super easy.
Yep.
Great knit.
Totally.
All right, your turn.
I'm wearing two things. One is a finished object, which we can actually get into if you'd like to, which I'll take off.
Yeah, let's jump into finished objects.
But I'm wearing the So Basic sweater by Maxim Cyr. And this is knit out of Primrose yarn in their house base, which is 50% Shetland, 50% Merino, and the colorway is Comet.
Yes, and it's a 2-ply yarn.
Yeah,
beautiful
it's fingering
yarn.
weight. It's gorgeous. This is one of my favorite sweaters. And the more I wear it, the softer it's getting. And this is next to the Skin Soft, but I love the little detail along the arms that you have there.
And so that's what my that's a lie. I haven't knit a So Basic. My Once and Florals knit out of. I will say, and I don't know if you're experiencing this. I see my tail there. That's woven in. Is that it pills a little bit more than I thought it would.
Okay.
But it is a 2-ply.
You've worn yours a lot more than I have worn. Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, especially that.
I've got some pills there.
Yeah, so
I didn't notice that.
Because it's a 2-ply. 2-plies aren't spun as tightly, so they're going to pill a little bit more.
And it's the softer the yarn. A lot of times
it's beautiful. It's
a beautiful. It
base.
is beautiful. It's definitely a beautiful base, and I love the color. It was such a great knit. We actually bought yarn to do more of these.
I didn't know what yours was. Mine was for sure for So
I thought I was going to do another one, but then I found I think I have a Colorwork sweater that I was thinking about doing, because I love the idea of a fingering weight Colorwork sweater. So anyway, so that's that. So we'll move right into finished objects then.
Yeah, I have none.
Okay.
I don't have a lot. I only have 2 whips.
I have 2 whips as well, and 1 finished object. And I have 3 whips.
Okay. Well, you go ahead.
Okay. So I finished my Vertices Unite. This was a completely what's it called? I don't even know. A little knit along that we're doing on our Zoom knit night. And no pressure, no time,
It was
or an informal. Is that what I'm thinking of?
It's an informal
whatever
knit along that you had with friends.
Totally. So yes, thank you. Good job. What he said. And I couldn't stop knitting this because I was loving this so much. And I'll show you all the yarns too. This turned out huge. This is my second one.
It's actually quite big.
It's quite big. So I'm loving. That's the back.
That's the back. Let's flip it around. All right. So this is the end.
This is section 6. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
This is 5. This is 4. This is 3. This is 1. And this is 2.
So it's definitely huge.
Yes, it is.
It's definitely a lot bigger than my last one. And I think it's because Kevin and I were joking this morning. The yarn that I used was actually all Le Garçon. And so it's 5 colors, A, B, C, D, E. And each section, for those not familiar, it's each section of this modular like shawl, you're using like different things and you're attaching it to the next section as you pick up. It's very clever, but very, 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 very fun. So section 1 had this is the Mysterious Bear, and these bases are 75% merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon, and it's super drapey. So Mysterious Bear, the purple is the same base, and this is Mysterious Goat. I wrote down try to keep them like separated. And section 2 is down here, and section 2 is using this, which is a different base. This is Mysterious Crow. This is their Mysterious Forest Club, I believe, and all of these yarns have sparkle in them. So what was cool is there were 3 yarns in that club, and each yarn had a different kind of stellina. Like there was silver stellina, gold, and bronze stellina. So this is the silver stellina. It's 75% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. Mm-hmm. And this is silver sparkle sock in the Mysterious Crow. And so once we get to that section, which is also section 4. I don't think you can see it with the lighting, but there's sparkle. There's sparkle here. You can definitely see it in real life.
And this is also the color you bound off in.
Yes, and I also bound off because I thought it framed everything
I
really
think
nicely.
That light is.
Yep.
It really picks up all the deep colors really well.
And this is the Mysterious. This is that purple as well. Mysterious Goat, kind of hung. And I love this. It's so
such a nice
bold.
Like plum color, like a deep plum. It's really pretty.
And then the section 3 is all this section, which is usually like a big color pop I've seen on other people's shawls. I liked it because it was the only variegated yarn, so I put that by itself. Plus, this is also sparkly.
Yeah, I think it looks good that way.
See all that, but it's maybe you can see a little bit when I hold it together. And that is the gold sparkle sock, Mysterious Deer. So it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold stellina. And then the last color is this beautiful, like, burgundy, reddish color.
Yeah, definitely a very red.
Yeah, Mysterious Squirrel. That's not by itself, but it's striped a couple of times in here. Here. And then again...
Here.
Yeah, in section 2, with the gray. So I think with their powers combined, it's really, really lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I wanted to have something like not super dark, but like just masculine-y and like...
Well, you have mentioned in the past that you haven't, not an issue, but you are drawn to bright colors, but you don't like wearing bright colors. So this was a departure kind of for you of what you typically would like to knit a shawl out of. Mm-hmm. And it's something that's very wearable for you.
Completely.
The colors are more your style of what you would like to wear.
Yep. So I love it. I think it's super cool.
We've talked about that shawl quite a bit. It's one of our favorite knits.
Yes.
I didn't I think it's on backwards.
Well, I'm just gonna twist
it. I did not
right
participate in the...
It's hard when I'm not standing up.
Knit along.
No, but that's okay, because you were thinking about maybe you had heard rumors that Stephen West was coming out with a new garter stitch or another modular shawl. It is all upside down. That's
Which
okay.
you did.
I can give myself a little bit of a break.
All right, I'm going to do... Before we move on...
So that's that. I would highly recommend this. It's super easy to follow the directions. And then he's got some video tutorials on how to pick up... your short rows, because you do simple short rows where you just knit to the end and you turn your work. You don't wrap anything. or all of that. So,
So since we were just talking about Les Garçons, they have their newest club, Mysterious Sea. So they still have some available at the time of this recording, which is the Saturday, the 18th at 12 noon. So the colors are definitely going to be inspired by that photo. So probably some blues, greens,
super cute,
some purplies. Ray's not going to be too excited about jellyfish because he does not like them.
Fear of jellyfish, but it's okay. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. So that was almost two full clubs. The bronze Stellina sock, I knit my Coffee Talk socks out of previously. So I knit one pair of socks and then that entire shawl with two club colorways. I do have some minis because they all came with minis too, so I still have their minis left over.
We're going to go back to Vogue for a minute. We're going to talk about the true champion of the weekend.
I didn't think this was going to be a long episode.
I
know, but now I'm looking in. Are you all still around? Here is
the champion
totally.
of the weekend. Mine? This is the Delicue bag that we bought each other for Christmas.
Yes, we showed that.
We brought these with us to carry all of our stuff in. And can I tell you how much stuff this thing holds?
Yeah.
I was so surprised. I had everything that we could need for the day. My wallet, my keys, chapstick, lotion, cough drops, tissues. Mm-hmm. I had a sock in here. I love this bag.
I do too.
I can't recommend it more. This was exactly what I needed.
Yeah, it was sat on our, over our shoulder. You didn't even know that you were wearing it half the time. We had I had cough drops in
everything,
here.
Everything. I had eye drops.
Yeah,
everything that you could possibly need.
So I'm leaving this packed because I definitely want to take this. And I had we had our knitting projects in here and everything.
I love that thing. So
I've got some scissors, a tape measure.
Oh yeah. So Jimmy Bean's wool, Delicue.
Yeah.
I don't recommend them more.
We're not trying to be an advertisement. I promise you. Honestly, this thing was perfect. I've got my giant chapstick.
Yeah.
Which I need chapstick.
All right. Let's talk about whips now. I got 2.
Isn't this huge?
Yeah. Did I get that for you? Yeah.
You did. It's called...
It's from Target.
It's from Target.
I think so.
It says offensively large sunscreen lip balm.
I'm pretty sure. I got it in the men's section. The men's grooming section at Target.
Oh, and look how bad we are.
I gave
For those that we met and didn't get a pin or a sticker.
We are sorry.
We're sorry. We live in the moment.
Yes. All right. So I have 2 whips.
I have 3.
Okay. So why don't you start?
Okay. I have 1 hoe, which is a half object or a half finished object. I was really hoping to have this done by today. I brought this with me to Vogue to, when we sat and knit, but we really only knit for probably 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I think. We had fun socializing. So this, if you all remember, I've been working on this for probably about a month. This is Desert Vista Dye Works. This is Nurses or Our Superheroes. On her Viso base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's 462 yards, so it's a pretty thin yarn. And this is what I got. So this is fully finished. I did the heel last night. I'm gonna have to take it off the sock blocker to really show you. But I love the colors. I did 20 rows of a 2x2 rib. I did a German twisted cast on. I did change. So last episode, Kevin and I were talking about the foot lengths and realized that I was doing the same foot length that Kevin does, even though my foot is a little bit bigger. So I moved up. Originally, I was going to put the heel, I think here. I was going to put the heel, I don't know, somewhere around here. 14 stripes, I think I said, so we'll count that up. But I ended up moving the heel up 2 additional stripes, and then that's where I cut in my heel. I wanted to do a new to me, so this is a new to me heel. This is the umbrella heel from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. And it's not a free pattern. I don't remember how much I paid for the pattern, though, to be honest with you. But it's the umbrella sock pattern by Kay Jones. And we have the new to you Mal had finished up. We were prize donors. So we will be reaching out. It was strictly on Instagram. So we will be reaching out to 2 winners. We had 1 grand prize winner, and we had 1 that we chose ourselves. So we will reach out to them, and once we touch base with them, we'll let you all know probably the next episode what we chose, just so that you have an idea. So these are the umbrella socks, which is really cool because it has the umbrella toe as well as the heel in this sock, and this is knit toe up, I believe. So I just used the heel section. Oh gosh, I almost thought my iPad was gonna fly away. And so it creates, it's kind of like hat decreases. Of course, that one little blip. So do you see like how it's decreased into like almost like a crown of a hat? Can I tell you that this fits my heel so well? Like so much better than even just a traditional afterthought.
Interesting.
Heel. Yeah.
I wonder how it's going to wear because
Me too.
it's, and how it's going to stretch because you have.
There's a lot more decreases in this.
Yeah.
But it creates a lot more depth. Do you see that?
So you have.
You can kind of see it does look like an umbrella.
4 stripes in your heel.
Yeah. 4, and then I just started that little teensy bit more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I chose the colors to kind of blend in a little bit more. So like I wanted to go with the orange to be my first start because there were 2 stripes in between the other oranges. I don't know.
No,
but
they're really nice.
Yeah, they're cute, right? So they're definitely thinner than what I've been used to knitting because I've been knitting the Targhee base from Michelle, and that's definitely a little bit of a thicker yarn. But they fit me. They fit me beautiful. So I'm really happy with that. I'm at the heel of my second sock. Oh, the contrast is just an undyed 75-25 of Kevin's base that he uses for his yarn. And, it's lovely. So with the heel, I know a lot of you, we get some questions from time to time about the afterthought heel and kind of like how it works and, whatever. But so I picked up this morning for my heel, and basically what I usually do is when I'm knitting, I put 1 light bulb stitch marker on the first stitch of where I want to cut in my heel, and then I put a light bulb stitch marker in the middle, and then I put 1 on the other end. So because I do 72 stitches, I do 36 stitches to cut in my heel, which is half the sock. So basically you're just working with the back of the sock. And so when I have that, you take the needles, you thread them through the stitches underneath those stitch markers, the row below those stitch markers. The reason why I like the middle one is because it keeps me on track to make sure that like I'm getting halfway through and then I'm like, okay, good, I'm still good. But also once you pick up all those stitches on both of your needles, you can use that middle stitch marker to pull the stitch up, and then that's where you would cut it. And then I pick it out with a dull. Yeah. I pick it out with a dull embroidery needle, just because it makes things easier for me. But you can always use these needles too.
Yeah, I use the darning needle.
Mm-hmm. A few people had asked like, how do you pick up the stitches? The needles will get like twisted, and I don't know like what to do. So when I pick up the stitches, you have your sock like this. You put your needle through, say this way, right? Say I've picked up all of my stitches there, and then you flip the sock around, you pull the needle all the way through, and then you pick it up back the other way so that both of your needles are then facing the correct way.
And when I pick mine up, I go through the right leg of the stitch, so I pick up through the right leg. Yep. And it can be tricky to figure it out, like where your stitch is, but you pick one up, skip, pick one, skip, pick one. So you just do that with your legs, and it goes much quicker than you would think. Yeah. And when you cut your yarn, we do not unravel the last 2 stitches on each side.
So if you can see here, there's still 2 stitches. There's still 2 stitches attached. I didn't fully pick out. I didn't fully pick out the yarn.
We should link Kirby Werby's video down below. That's a good idea. We'll do that. That's who we both watch to learn how to do.
So it helps keep so that there's no gaps there. Yeah. And then if you do by accident pick up the stitch on the wrong leg, it's no problem. You just knit through the back loop and it'll reorient itself again. So a lot of people had asked, so I was at the point anyway. I said, let me just put this down and then I can kind of bring it up. And this is what what I do. So I'll have to pull out some of the yarn to do the heel the same way because I want them to match. But I'm really
Very
happy
nice.
with them. Yeah, I think that they're really cool. That's that.
Okay. My first whip is also a sock. I'm really trying to work through my Woolens and Nosh stash. So I cast on another sock. So I'm knitting mine on a US 1.
I love this colorway.
1.25 millimeter needle.
It's gorgeous.
64 stitches. A 1x1 twisted rib. When I cast on at the beginning of a color change. So that's how you get the little blip of color up here. I did, I think, 18 rows to avoid the little blip when you purl. At a color change, I just knit all my stitches. So I knit one through the back loop and then knit one regular. So I got back to my color change and went back to a knit one, purl one. I'm probably pretty close. I may be close to my
Your heel?
heel.
Yeah.
I haven't measured it yet.
How long do you want your leg to be?
I'll go between 7 and 8 inches. I just want to make sure I have enough yarn to do my toes and my cuffs in this. So, yeah, 64 stitches, about 18 rows. And yeah, I love this colorway. I believe this is called like Day Hike.
I think you're right because it didn't have a label on it, right?
Yeah, but I went to her site and I still think I had it up. Maybe I don't have it up anymore. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's sold out. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this is called Day Hike. So yeah, so this is, I actually haven't knit on this much. I cast it on the Sunday after our last podcast, got my cuff done, and then I kind of worked on this here and there. And I worked on it a bunch the past 2 days.
Yeah.
Kind of. So it's, from what I know, it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 color repeat. Yeah, 9 color repeat. And you get about 4, for me, and my gauge, I get about 4 to 5 stripe or rows per color. So I just really love it. This is her Targhee base, so 90% Targhee, 10% nylon. It's a 3-ply, very plump, sturdy yarn. I'm wearing my winter mint socks of hers today. So that is my first whip.
Nice job.
And it is not living in a bag because it came to us.
Came with us.
With us to Vogue in that bag that I showed from Delicue. And I've just taken it out and haven't put it in a project bag.
Okay, my next work in progress, and I really have been hyper focused on one project, which I'll show after this one. But this is the Twists and Turns, because I did mention last podcast that I picked this back up again. And I finished, I didn't do much, but I finished that first bootstrap thing.
The bootstrap.
Fully. So I've got one fully done. And I really do love the way that those stitches like kind of twist.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's really cool. Bound that off. And then I was going to, so in the pattern then you pick up, these are all on waist, on the barber cords or the fake barber cords. So then you start picking these up and you work your way up this way and you build that out. You've got to do the same thing on the other side. So in the pattern, it tells you to knit this one and then to start knitting on the second one. So I was really playing with the idea of like, this is a lot, so let me just pick this up and do one side completely and then I'll come back to it. By the end of this, I was in such a flow that I was like, you know what? This is actually kind of fun. And it was really fun because you're cabling without the needle and stuff. So I ended up just picking up again and doing some of the second strap that it wants me to do.
Nice.
So I completed one full repeat, and I have to repeat that now 3 more times.
Okay.
Yeah, 3.5 more times. But, I like it. I think it's so fun, like, when you start seeing it come together.
Yeah.
You're, like, twisting stitches and
Are you
pulling
twisting
one
and,
over
like,
the other.
turning?
Yeah, it's like a twist and turns. Isn't that interesting? I wonder where he got the name from. So, so that's what I've got. And this is the kit. Well, yeah, this is one of the kits that he was offering at
I think
his website.
I think your mom's trying to leave.
Okay. I'm gonna let Kevin talk about his next project while I go and check on my madre.
Just because I saw she's out on the front porch with Finn.
Yeah, because she has.
Okay.
Because my door is broken.
Your door?
Our door.
Our door is broken, yes. All right, so my next project is a brand new cast, and I cast this on 2 weeks ago. So this is from the book Moon and Turtle, which was a publication released by Pom Pom Magazine. So this is the book. I have an actual copy, and it has a digital download code in the back. So I've also downloaded it. What was cool about this one is when you download, it gives you the option to download in a single page format or two page, almost like a book or magazine. So that I thought was really interesting, and I downloaded both. And I am knitting the Ginseng cardigan. So it's ginseng, right? It is a larger cardigan, or it's meant to be a large cardigan, kind of like jacket style. So I'm making mine a little more fitted than this, and I'm going to do the version that the female's wearing with the like kind of stripes on the collar, and I'm going to do the stripes on the cuff of the sleeve as well. This is I think I said this, it's an Aran weight sweater. It's knit with US 8s, which is a 5mm and US 8 5mm and a US 6, which is a 4mm needle. I am using Knit Picks yarn. They're Simply Worsted Aran. And I am making the third size, which is for a 48-inch chest. I measure at 42. The pattern calls for this to be about, I think, like 8 to 10 inches of positive ease. And I did not want it to be that large. So I'm going for 6 inches of positive ease. I did not do a yarn swatch or a gauge swatch. What I did is that it's the same base as my Ivan sweater that I knit last year. Same base, but Aran weight instead of worsted, and it's up a needle size. So I measured that sweater and figured, okay, I should get gauge or pretty close to it. So let's see if I could figure out my colors. Were you able to open?
Yeah, it took a little
finagling.
My gosh, there's so many things to step over here.
All right, so I'm using...
What you talking about?
The sweater. I haven't shown it yet. So my colors are... Main color is...
You didn't show your sweater yet?
No. Wordsworth. My second color is... Actually, I don't know which one's which now. So Wordsworth.
Well, that's all you've worked on right now, right?
Yeah. So one of these is... I'm going to go... This is Winkle, I think. And then I believe this is Wanda. So here's my color story.
It's great. Color story.
That's the color story. And here is my sweater. Oh, I forgot to put my stitch holders on.
Oh, you had cute ones too.
I know, my fox ones. All right. So here's what I have.
You've been knitting on this like a champ.
So here it is.
It's so good.
I'm almost done with sleeve 1. This is a raglan style cardigan. So here's the back.
Your stitches are so good.
Thanks.
Look at how nice it is stitched up, knit up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a beautiful
nice
yarn to work with.
Yeah.
I love my Ivan sweater that's knit out of this yarn. Yeah. I think this color's really great. It's like an oatmeal-y type of, or like a taupey color. Let's see. The construction's really interesting with, I like the raglans. They're really thick bands.
Yeah, I like them. I was just going to say that, yeah.
Right? So quite thick. There are pockets which are on hold. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I've never done it before. Like, picked up stitches. I had about the entire sweater on hold at some point. I think every stitch was on hold. Nothing was on my needles. And it fits fairly well. The length is good. I think it goes right past my waist, maybe right above like the pockets of my jeans, which I think is appropriate. There's 2 sleeve options. One is just sleeves and the other one's tall, right? So one would think I'm not big and tall. I'm shorter and stouter. So I just figured I would...
Here is your handle. Here is your spout.
Well, I figured that I would knit standard sleeve. Right. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Yes.
This pause brought to you by the concept of reading your pattern thoroughly.
Don't. Yes. So standard sleeve. That's what I was knitting.
Which is, I think, is appropriate.
It is, but it isn't. So the standard sleeve decreases pretty quickly every 8 rounds, right? And you do it 8 times. And then it has you knit until your sleeve is 11 inches from the underarm. And I thought maybe that might be okay because it's a drop shoulder, I guess. That's not okay. For me. I needed to do the tall sleeve, which had decreases every 11 rounds. And you would knit until it was 16 inches from the underarm. Now...
But you didn't do that. You did the regular.
I did the standard sleeve just because I saw tall and I just thought, okay, well, I'm not tall.
No,
so as you
good.
can see, it fits okay, right?
Yeah.
It's
You're
not
put
super,
your band back on.
It's not super baggy or loose.
No,
it's not super tight either. I have room.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, because you're done with your decreases, yes?
Yes, I'm done with my decreases, so I think I'm okay.
Oh yeah, you're going to be great.
Right?
You actually might even need to decrease a little bit more for the cuff.
No, I'm not going to, because this actually pulls up my shirt.
Ooh.
No, I'm fine. I don't care if stitches fall off. I'm okay picking them up. It doesn't scare me. I'm not scared of drop stitches. You don't scare me, drop stitches. So, yeah, that's the sleeve.
I don't know how farther back I can get.
I don't know. I've actually been enjoying knitting this. I haven't knit something on like large needles for a while.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What needles are you? What, 8s? 9s?
Yeah, US 8s and US 6s are the needles that are needed. So that's a 5 and a 4 millimeter. I'm using the Chaogu Shorties. So it's a 12-inch cord.
Yeah.
Or it makes 12 inches with the needle tips in the cord. Works perfectly. I have about 50
they're great for sweater
stitches
sleeves
on here.
Yeah.
So the way it's going to work is on my button band, it's going to have this. Then this is going to be striped, and then this is going to be in the middle, and this will have another stripe of this on the other side.
It's going to look so cool.
So I think it's going to be beautiful. And
are you doing your pockets? Like, are there...
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far, what I'm going to do with the pockets. But this color here, I'm kind of debating on doing a single malt with this.
Really?
Right? Buying more. So let's talk about this yarn for a moment, too. So it's just 100% wool, right?
It's eco wool. So it's very lightly processed, and they don't use any
dyes or
hard
anything.
dyes or anything like that. No.
So I thought of doing it. So this is a pretty inexpensive wool, right? Let's look at the price right now.
It might be like $10 for a 100-gram skein, somewhere around there.
But if
Knitpicks is actually having a sale. I have to look. I started looking earlier today.
If you get it on sale from Knitpicks, you can. I think when we bought them, I think we got them for about $6 a skein.
Yeah,
right?
I think I spent $60 on a sweater's quantity.
That's what I was just going to say. I think for a sweater, I spent about $60.
Yeah.
So Simply Wool Aran is
that's great.
It's never more than $7.49.
That's their normal price.
So normal price $7.49 for their solids.
Yep.
So I think when we bought them on sale, we got them for...
Well, some of them are on sale now for like $5.24.
This is actually Winkle, and this is Wanda.
Okay.
And they have darker colors. They have a Wallace, which looks like a dark gray, Wilhelmina.
And then they have the marled ones.
Yeah. So I couldn't recommend the yarn more. I think it's just a beautiful yarn to work with. It's affordable for sweaters quantity if you need it.
So this is their Simply Wool twist, which is like the marled together.
Is that the one I used?
Right? This one is Wordsworth and Wanda.
Yeah.
So it's both of those colors.
It's these two together.
Yeah.
And this is what my Ivan's knit out of.
Yep. Very cool.
And it's living in my Le Garçon to Hide and Hammer bag, which, if you watch their most recent episode, they may have some more coming because Hide and Hammer has some more of this fabric. So be on the lookout if you'd like one.
Be on the lookout.
Oh, I should probably put
a bolo out.
Sweater back in the bag.
It's a really lovely.
So yeah, this has been my main focus.
Yeah.
I've knit on that pretty much
every day for 2 weeks.
Yep. And that's all I've worked on. Those socks and this.
Yeah, that's great. We were busy. Who cares? You're the master of your own knitting.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, this is my current obsession. So this is in...
I feel like I don't even know what you're about to show. Do I know? My sweater. Oh, yeah.
Do you want to go next? Or
Why?
I can save this for last?
I don't have anything.
Oh, so I saved this for last. So this is the yarn is an acquisition from Vogue, and the bag is also an acquisition from Vogue. Because we're suckers for bags, and Kevin will show his at some point, because a lot of his yarn is living in it. This is a Paradise Island bag. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but it's lovely. Ready?
I'll show mine too.
Okay. So these are Paradise Island. Oh, they still have the tags on them, so that's great. Mine, I took them off. The quality of these bags are incredible. They're definitely pricey. I think this is $120 or something like that. So we saw these bags. They're wax canvas. They have a magnetic closure here. There's a zipper pocket in here as well, which I'll show you when I take the project out. And they're just very simple, very, very well-made bags.
Yeah, I couldn't resist, especially when I saw the gray and the black. I was like, okay, you sold it. And I have found, too, that I've been using... the bags that I've been using, I really enjoy opened style too. A little bit more.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of the bags that I've been using have been of late.
Yeah.
And this one I just thought is good too, just to take stuff on the go.
I mean, like literally sits on the floor and stays, wide open.
And we have seen their bags before. We just never seen any in person, and they were not there. It was at a shop so they're a Canadian maker.
Yeah. And actually, I think our Max and Vincent's
other bags are from there, which I don't know where they are. I feel like I just saw one.
I think one's in there, and I have a project in one over there.
So we saw these at a booth of a yarn store from... Was it Portland?
Might have been.
Somewhere on the West Coast.
What is the tag?
The tag is for Paradise. It's not for the yarn shop. It's like Starlight and something.
Yeah, it is. Knitting Starlight and Knitting.
Oh wait,
Knitting Starlight.
It's not Starlight Society.
Starlight
Either way,
Express.
I'll look for that. Why don't you talk about your project?
And I was gonna find the name of it because I have the receipt.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really look at receipts.
Oh, that's right, because you had to do the Venmo thing.
Yeah.
So I will say back to Vogue, the service
Starlight
in the hotel.
Knitting Society.
Okay.
Starlight Knitting
Beautiful
Society.
booth. The service at Vogue was awful. Phone service. Their internet inside the building.
Which I'm surprised it was because it was a Marriott. But maybe you had to be a guest in order to have the good Wi-Fi access.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so that's acquisition here. Lovely. Inside, I am dying. So I decided, we found a booth. Wool...
Do you have the card?
No. Do you? Oh, wait. Is it in my bag?
I'm not quite sure.
Yes.
I believe so.
I have all the cards in here. I was not prepared.
Oh.
Okay, so this is by Wool Dreamers. So this yarn is by Wool Dreamers. Wool Dreamers US is the company. There's really cool story about the yarn, and we can talk about it a little bit more. But because it's at the bottom of my bag. Let me just show you. I'll just show you what I have in here, and then during acquisitions, I'll go into a little bit more detail about this. I'm loving the yarn. So at this booth, I was so attracted to their wall of yarn. They had like this tree with like yarn all over it, and one of their samples was the Dustlin sweater by Stephen West, which has been on my list for a while to want to knit. And I felt it. I saw the yarn. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a match made in heaven. So I purchased a sweater's quantity of yarn. This is Mota. Let's see if I can get the tag. I think I put the tag in the pocket. That would have been smart if I had done that. But
so Mota
I didn't.
Is the blend of yarn comes from dairy farms that are within 150 kilometers of the mill where they had their yarn spun. And it's one of the smallest carbon footprints
for like, you know, producing yarn. This is all like leftover wool from the Manchego sheep. Manchego. The sheep the cheese the sheep that make the Spanish cheese. And usually they throw this yarn away or burn it. So they decided to see what they can do with it, and it's absolutely lovely.
It's a beautiful base.
Gorgeous. I have no idea where the tag is to this, but I bought a sweater's quantity, so I'll grab another one somewhere.
So it is 100% Spanish wool sourced from the Manchega and Marina Entrefina sheep. So it has 230 meters, 252 yards. So it's a DK.
And this is...
Right?
Well, it's 252 yards for 100 grams. So it's kind of like a light worsted, heavier DK. It's almost like a worsted. It's very plump. The color is 526G. Now, what's really interesting about here is they dye each color. One is done on a gray base and one is done on a white base. And this is the gray base. So it creates this really cool like heathered look to the yarn.
And this is on the white base?
Yeah. So it's a very vibrant like baby blue.
So it's actually, that's just 526. So it's 526 is the white base and 526G is the gray base.
Yep. And so this is the, Lana Marina Entrefina and Manchega, 100%. It's like a mix together. It's a 3-ply.
It's a beautiful blend.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the color. This is outside my comfort, although I'm wearing blue.
You're wearing it.
Yeah.
And it's super affordable. $17 a skein.
I know. And it waits. So, okay. Anyway, this is my new obsession. I love knitting with it. I love how it's knitting. The stitch definition is absolutely out of this world. So let me show you the Dustlin sweater first. It's really, all it is knits and purls. It creates this really cool like 3D patterning on the sweater. Stephen West. So it's just a combination of all those stitch designs, and it makes a really cool looking sweater. And I was very intrigued by this sweater, especially that it's one color, and really the focus is all of those really cool designs. So I cast mine on, and I'm very, very happy with it. So here's what we got so far. Let me show you the back. This is the back. There's some short rows in there, so you can really start seeing some of this. Look at the stitch definition here. So you have like a slanted rib here. This is a moss stitch, which I have going on right now. And then each section is broken up by some garter. Mm-hmm. So once this, I'm going to put this on, I'm almost to the point where I can try it on again. I've been trying this on because this neckline looked humongous.
Yeah, it does look quite big.
But it's the same as like this, which I think will be really nice. I ended up doing a tubular cast on.
Good call.
For this, yep, because I think it looked a little bit more finished. He doesn't give you any options to do the cast on. I'm so excited to see how this blocks out.
Yeah.
Like, and the yarn's probably going to bloom.
Oh, there's a knot. It's fine. You could spit splice.
It's okay. all right.
No, they had a beautiful color palette.
Yeah, they really did. I was really excited about this yarn and immediately cast this on, I think, on Sunday.
Did Laura buy any? I know that she had thought about it. I don't think so.
I don't know if she did.
They were really reserved with their purchases.
They're smart people. So anyway, this is the Dustland. I love it. I think it's going to be a very, very handsome sweater.
Handsome sweater.
Handsome, and I think it's going to look...
it's such a good color.
I think it'll be a cool color on me. So this has been my new obsession, and I'm absolutely thrilled. So I want to finish my socks, and then I had finished the large shawl. So now I'm going to alternate between this. I'm going to cast on a crochet blanket for the babies that are coming, and then I'll just... must have gotten a delivery.
It's
your cookbooks. And that's that. So that's what I have to say about that. This yarn, I really cannot say enough about this yarn. I am so thrilled. I wish you can all feel this. Did you actually feel how squishy?
Yeah, it's squishy.
It's squishy.
Oh, it's so squishy.
And it's so lightweight.
Yeah, that was the thing.
It's so lightweight.
That I was impressed with when we were at their booth. The sample that they had of the Dustland being blocked, and obviously it was a bit smaller, but it was really lightweight. It felt like a woolen spun yarn.
It does. It feels woolen
weight
spun.
of the sweater. The yarn isn't woolen spun by any means, but the finished product had that feel to it. Yeah. It was really, really beautiful.
So it's interesting because it's natural. It's like non-superwash, and it has some rustic wool qualities, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels very, very soft.
No, and what I liked, I forget who we were watching a long time ago, and when she was describing yarn,
look, it's got some like vegetable matter still in there too.
Yeah,
which I think is super fun. I like that.
Yeah, I know. What are you going to do with all that vegetable matter? Do you
I've been keep eating it as I've been.
You've been eating it.
Yeah,
good job.
I've been gnawing on
so you've been eating vegetable matter from Spain. Look at you. You're so well traveled.
I am. Well, since we did that taste test thing, I feel like I can have anything now. But I have an iron stomach.
So I think that's all the knitting.
I love it.
Now we just have... I don't know that we have... Oh, we do have... Let's back up for a second. So tomorrow...
I feel like we've been very,
all over the
chaotic.
place. I know. I feel like more chaotic than normal. Don't you?
Yeah. Oh, I just noticed I have those kits for Christmas stockings.
Oh, yeah. Those are great. You got those from You and You.
Mm-hmm.
In what, 2017?
No, please don't lie. I was not knitting in 2017.
So tomorrow I'm going to have a shop update. And I don't have any of the yarn here. I pretty much showed it all last episode because I haven't dyed any new colors. So it will be up tomorrow. Let's go with...
Oh gosh, don't say a time. That's going to make me anxious.
I'm going to do later in the day. I'm going to say 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, great.
So we're going to do a shop update tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
So some of the yarn is skeined up, some of it's not.
The majority of it's skeined up.
Okay,
but stuff that's not is stuff that I need to take
pictures of. And they need to be
of.
named.
I know, I have to come up with names
that should
tonight.
be fun.
So we're going to do that. And then I think we got one owl post over the last 2 weeks. It should be on
the
other side.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I forgot to send a message
to Nancy.
But...
Well, either way,
Nancy sent over... why don't you show this? Because then I think she sent me something on Instagram.
Okay. So, Nancy from Trilogy Yarns. You all know her. We love her.
We gush over her all the time.
Showing her yarn for 3 years. Right? So, Nancy sent us one of her color explosion kits. So, this is fun. These are not colors that she carries in her shop. She plays around with colors and she creates a 6 mini skein set.
These are gorgeous.
Right? 20 gram minis on her 80-20 base. And I believe, as with most of her clubs, I think it's a 3-month club. So...
I don't think it is.
Do you think it's... I don't know. I forget about this one. But a lot of her clubs are 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So true. We've shown her Broadway club. We've shown her... We did Discovery of Witches for a while. You did her... I don't know if she still has it. The drink one.
Yeah,
right?
that
She
was
did a
fun
drink
too.
one. She's done Friends before. So she has a ton of clubs. We do have a coupon code down below.
So this one is color 20 is the coupon code for this one.
Okay.
And that'll get you 20% off your first month. So that's a huge discount. Yeah. So
And then
color 20, all one word.
we do have another code down below that excludes all of her clubs.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the Color Explosion Mini Club. Delivers every 30 days. So I think this one this one's ongoing. So this is continuous.
Okay.
If you don't want it anymore, you just have to cancel it. So every month you'll get 6 20-gram minis, which is about 80 yards of her merino cashmere nylon base. And
yeah, it's a fun set.
It's fun. And a lot of times she'll turn some of these colors into main colors that will appear in her shop as well. So yeah. So that's that.
Check out Trilogy Yarns.
Yes, and use that coupon code COLOR20 for your first month off.
All right, so let's talk.
And MCN, her MCN is really...
This isn't MCN, though. What? 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon.
Oh, I thought I just read it was cashmere.
No.
Merino cashmere nylon. Merino cashmere nylon.
Oh.
Well, that's what her website says. I don't know.
Well, this says 80-20.
Doesn't matter. Whatever. Her yarns are beautiful anyway.
I know. She does such a good job.
She does a really
with
good job. And her bases are really, really soft no matter what you get.
Yes, we both knit several things with her.
Several. Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about our acquisitions.
Sure.
So mine acquisitions all fit in my Paradise Island bag.
And mine all fit in this bag. Which... Paula was... Look at this.
Oh, wow. You have a large bag there with acquisitions.
Listen, it's not full to the top. Look it. You can pinch a little bit here.
Oh, you can pinch.
I have a sweater's quantity of yarn in here.
Okay, diva.
Just saying.
All right, so we're going to go with a couple, small things first. So my first little small thing was from Catrinkles. I just want to kind of
Do you have my thing too?
No. A little memory of our trip. So I got this little keychain ruler that says VKL NYC 2023. It's a taxi cab with some sheep in it.
Taxi cab confessions.
So I'm just going to add this to my keychain. I thought that was cute. And then there was a booth there called Knit Note. And it's a new app that is kind of like a cross between Ravelry and maybe a little bit Knit Companion like. There's some tutorials on it. You can create your project pages and row counters. I will say I have not looked at the app.
I haven't either, but
I can't speak to the quality of it.
However, if you know this and you've used this, please comment down below. Because I'm very curious.
Yeah, I need to do a little more research, but they had a spinning wheel there, like a prize wheel. And if you won, you got to win whatever was on that section. And I won a tape measure from them.
Me too.
So that was that.
You can never have enough tape measures.
Absolutely not. I'm trying to see what else we have. So... And then we got these for somebody.
Wait, I have something from Catrinkles as well.
Go ahead.
So I'm not sure what this is called at all, but Tanya made me do it.
Did.
So this is supposed to help with drafting your fiber for spinning, especially if you're using a drop spindle. And it's this little guy here. And basically what you do is instead of wrapping the unspun fibers on your arm or holding it in somewhere else so that you're drafting, you wrap it around here. You hold this thing in your hand, and as you're drafting your yarn and you're spinning it and doing whatever, I think it's going to go in this hand because I will spin this way. So I haven't tried it yet. So I thought that would be cool. I don't know. It's cute. It looks like there's a little chicken on top or something.
I know. I would say that's a bird.
Right?
Yeah. It looks like a bird to me.
Well, it could be a mustache.
Do you know, I wonder why we have some of these cards here.
I don't know.
Oh, this card I need. Oh, we need... Oh, yeah. All right. So, what else?
So that's what I got from Catrinkles.
All right. I will say...
I made one impulse buy.
They were good sellers, though.
They were really good sellers.
They sold us.
Did it come from there?
Check the yarn band, please.
Yes.
So, one of the vendor booths that we stopped at was Passion Knits Yarn. And they pushed us. Well, pushed you.
They pushed.
Well, they pushed both of us, and then I think I finished pushing
because you there's something that hooks you, and then I got hooked by this. What I'll show you, and then they reeled me right in.
Yes,
they reeled me right the F in. So you all wait. Ready? You don't have to wait. I'm gonna show it right now.
The bag did it. I thought you were just getting the bag. Honest to gosh,
I almost just got the bag.
Was the bag for sale by itself?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was. So, Thundercats. Ho.
What?
Right?
What?
Love it.
How can you not?
So I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nostalgic. And I saw like they had some like minis coming out of it or whatever. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Thundercats. And that was the hook. And then they were just like, come on in.
Come on.
And
you know you want it. Just buy it. Do it. Blah, blah, blah.
I think that's what they said. Do it. Doesn't take much. And so then they were telling us that they ran an 80s like club with the bag maker, like it was a collaboration. And so they dyed yarn like 80s inspired cartoons and whatnot. And they said, oh, we have, the minis and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I realized the minis are
based on Thundercats.
Based on Thundercats too. And so they have Chitara. Color name, Fiercest Cat, Fiercer Woman. Chitara. This is I Am the Ever Living.
Oh.
Mumra. It's got to be Mumra, right?
Yeah.
This is Thunder Tank.
Oh. So Panthro. Right?
Definitely
a tank.
This one is Third Earth.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so their base is 75-25, 231 yards, 50 grams. They're 50 gram minis, guys. Come on.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's good.
And then they didn't have the Lion-O mini, but they had it in a full skein. So I said, okay. And so this one is called Lion-O the Leader, right? Tell me.
So good.
Okay. Oh, and so the inside of the bag. So here's the bag. Super cute. Perfect for a hat, socks. It's perfect for just hanging up on the wall. Inside. Do you remember these guys?
Warbles.
I don't trust anything that adorable.
They're
so the bag. Cool. Okay, so here's the bag. Whitney Marie Anderson. It's 100% cotton, machine wash, cold, tumble dry, made in the U.S. And so they're warbles. And they also had, and I did not take that extra step because they had warbles like keychains.
Yeah, almost. We were really close to getting them.
I said, no, thank you. But I said, yes, please to all of this.
And wait, did we say that's on sparkle base, right?
It's not supposed to be. So I don't know if it was just pushed up against some sparkle. If there's a little sparkle, but I don't think it's in the fibers. I think it might have just been next to a sparkle.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Because she said no, it wasn't sparkle. Anyway, they were lovely people. We joke around, but they were very, very lovely people. They had a wonderful booth.
They did.
But how do you walk by this? You can't. I couldn't, so I didn't.
So this is a purchase I made outside of Rhinebeck, but obviously because we didn't go to Rhinebeck recently, we went to Vogue Knitting Live.
Good call. Did I say Rhinebeck? I probably said
no.
Rhinebeck.
I don't know, but that just popped out of my mouth. So there was this shop that we walked by several times on our way there and back, and it's called M&J Trimming. So we stopped in because I thought, oh, maybe I should get buttons for the sweater that I'm knitting. So I looked at the pattern, and it calls for this size button. And I bought 7 of each just to be safe. So I got these really pretty wood ones. And then I got these really nice leather ones.
These are gorgeous. That's going to take things up to a whole nother level, I think.
Right? So I thought that these were really
What
really
a fun
nice.
shop, though. Like right there in Manhattan.
Right?
Or time, yeah, like right around time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty close to Times.
What's the district called?
Garment?
Garment District?
I don't know. It was closer to our hotel. It's actually on... The address is 1008 6th Avenue.
Okay.
And we were on... I mean, Vogue was at 46th or 7th, and we were on 36th ourselves. So yeah, so I got those buttons. That was one of my purchases.
Yeah,
that
very,
was
very cool.
the last day on our way to...
Home. We were walking to the car.
Yeah, but we went there, and then we went to Whole Foods. And then we went and got the cars.
I can go for some Whole Foods right now.
Those chips, the lime chips.
Those
absolutely.
are delicious.
All right, let's see. Oh, here's a purchase we made as a gift. What the hell's that? Oh, okay. So this we bought as a gift.
We bought more than we thought.
No, this is from Designs by Yasmin.
Yasmin, her booths. We saw her at
Woolen Folk,
and then again at Rhinebeck. She is just a lovely person, and
so these are earrings.
These earrings are gorgeous.
And we just weren't sure the person that we had in mind. We wanted to make sure that they had their ears pierced, and they do. So we saw this and we're like, oh, we need to buy. So we got these earrings as a gift. They're crocheted earrings onto a hoop. Just think that they're beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
She has a bunch of different colors and sizes. So definitely check out her shop. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're up.
This was... I think I only got that one skein.
You did, and I'm so bummed about it because that is one... Oh,
so
no,
I
got
was
this
really
skein.
excited to see this this company at Haynes House. And I have to say, I wish we had asked them what their names were because they were so friendly.
Oh my! One of the best people.
Yeah, so friendly. This was on Sunday because we were both wearing. I was wearing my shawl. Saturday, I ended up wearing the Radari because it was pretty chilly. Sunday was too, but I ended up wearing the shawl, and it was very nice. Like, oh, let's see your shawl. We got to see it. And just talking. They weren't trying to push anything. Their yarn is gorgeous. And the first time I saw it at Haynes House was when I was looking for kits on Stephen and Penelope to get the twists and turns, like the yarn for the twists and turns. And there was this kit there from at Haynes House that I wanted so badly. It was beautiful. And so I was on the fence between that one and the one that I got. And I'm so happy with the one that I got.
Yeah.
But they had they still had the kits there at the actual booth. Right when I tell you, like, they were gorgeous. I can't remember the name of the kit, but
this is their card.
They're beautiful people. I really love
beautiful yarn.
Yeah. So I wanted to get some more DK yarn. I wanted to do another hat because I really enjoyed the Lyle cap, and I was so happy with it. Like, it fit me very, very well. So I want to do another Lyle cap. I thought this would be really cool in that. But I was also thinking maybe some DK socks. So I'm not.
Is it 75-25?
Nope, it's 100% superwash.
So
So
we'll
I'm
go
going to
for
do
a
a
hat.
hat. And this is 250 yards for 100 grams. This colorway is called Sorrel and Socks. Oh, there's a colorway story.
I just saw the same thing.
What?
And I love it.
Brian Bahane loves sorrel. And he loves knitting socks. This colorway is the best of both worlds. I think that's sorrel. Sorrel?
Yeah.
Sorrel?
I think so.
Whoa. That's cool. So here's the yarn. I thought it was just absolutely beautiful.
Was it exclusive? Was that their colorway for Vogue? I don't remember.
Probably because I'm a sucker for exclusivity. But I thought that this was really beautiful. So this will be a hat for me.
And it's funny, I bought yarn from them as well for a hat.
This is absolutely gorgeous.
So the hat pattern I saw, they had it on display. It is called Take Notice by Kino Knits. Here is the hat. Really pretty. That's only one cable, and I saw it in this color, so I bought the color as well. The color is called Dream Orange, and it says, "One night I dreamed of this colorway. It was embroidered in a leaf pattern on a white sundress. I knew I needed to fulfill this dream." This is a really beautiful orange color. Which,
I love the stories.
Wait till you see my purchases.
How did we not see that?
I'm apparently on an
You are.
orange kick.
You are.
The hat
But
was
there's nothing
gorgeous.
wrong with that. It's totally fine.
It was knit in this color, and it was so pretty. I couldn't pass it up. So this is on their alien worsted base. It's 100% superwash merino, 218 yards for 100 grams, and I think it's just so pretty.
I think it is too.
I can't wait to knit with it. The kit that they had, their kits were beautiful. There are two not regrets. Two booths that I wish maybe more than two booths, but this is one of the booths that I wish I purchased more from.
Sure.
I just didn't have projects in mind.
Where are they out of? Do we know?
They're Maryland, I believe, or somewhere south of us. The other one is Asylum Fibers. So Asylum Fibers, I really wish I bought that mini kit that I saw.
Yeah.
Those are the two kind of I'm not going to say regrets because they're not regrets, but
Their wishes, maybe.
I wish that I made some additional purchases from.
Sure.
So Asylum Fibers, check her out too. She was at Cake Palooza last year. We didn't see her. This was the first time we were able to see her booth.
Yeah.
And she lives in Stratford now. So one day we're going to hang out with her.
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
I can't
We're
wait.
going to go to her studio and see her studio.
That sounds so fancy.
But yeah, so also check out at Haynes House. Beautiful people, gorgeous colors.
You know why? I think Asylum Fibers, they started getting really busy. We had to
That's where we ran into Karen.
Yes.
Our friend Karen.
Yes. So we got interrupted.
Yeah. Here, our friend Karen at Asylum Fibers. There's the sign. We ran into her. She knit that dress.
She did.
Beautiful.
She's a beautiful knitter.
Yes.
She's a beautiful person.
She is. She's lovely.
Everybody's so beautiful. Okay, and then we stopped at Murky Depths, which was the first time that we got a chance to see their yarn in person. One of our BFFs, Michael, he talks about this company often, and Debbie, I think her name is.
Yes.
He's obsessed with her yarns, and she was a bundle of energy. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And she, her yarns were beautiful. I mean,
yeah, her colors are really, really
some of her
pretty.
colors were whoa, so in your face and beautiful. She had some muted colors and different things and mohairs, and she had had the full gambit. So I only bought one skein of yarn from there, and again, it's another DK. Yarn.
Maybe that I would do a Lyle cap out of.
Maybe I will, and maybe I'll put that Haynes House.
Because this is an
MCN.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
So that'll be nice. This is her Triton MCN base. It's an 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 231 yards for about 100 grams. The colorway is called It's Complicated. And here it is.
Very pretty. I love the little pop of blue up there at the top.
Too. Yeah, I know.
Really, really nice. Yeah. It's almost looks like, can I see? It almost looks like, it's blue, but it almost feels like it might be a little teal. It's very pretty.
It might be, Kev. It might be. That's tealish.
Yeah.
It's
it's a really pretty color. Yeah, and you got some nice colors down here.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was attracted to this, and I love an MCN.
Yeah, I mean, I made
was I going to do gloves?
I don't.
Maybe I'll do gloves with the other one.
This?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could do some fingerless mitts with this. This could be actually kind of fun depending on how it knits up. Or they'd be good together. Who knows?
I made a purchase from Murky Depths as well.
You made quite the purchase. Did you?
Yeah, but I purchased one of the wrong skeins now that I'm looking at it.
Oh. Did you purchase the wrong skein or did we ship out a wrong skein?
I think we may have shipped out the wrong skein.
Really?
But, yeah. So, this is my purchase. And what I'm thinking, right? So here's my thought process. Let's talk about this. Is that this color is kind of in there. Mm-hmm. So this color is called cornbread and cranberry. It's an 80-20 fingering weight yarn. Then I felt like this had was a darker version of it, a more muddier. I don't know what the color is.
Uluru?
Uluru? We'll go with Uluru. Here, I'll show you. Uluru. So I felt like it was...
I always pronounce things incorrectly, so...
darker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this color, I felt like it's actually not the color that was supposed to go with it, but it was similar to the color that was supposed to go with this. kind of.
So that's not the right color that was supposed to go?
Yeah, they were two different colors.
We may have purchased a gift for somebody.
But it has some of the same tones either way. So my thought is I'm going to do another dotted raise.
Are you?
I'm going to do another dotted raise. I'm going to start with this. This is going to be my yarn over stripes. I'm going to then when I run out of this, I'm going to go into this.
That'll look cool.
Because it's a darker version. And then when I run out of this, I'll do one final section in this, I think, if I have enough.
That could look really
cool. So that's kind of my plan.
And you're going to do the large one. You've never done the large
I've never done a large. I've only done the small size. Or I did the two that I knit, the one I knit for my mom and then the one I knit for her physical therapist. I did a medium-ish. I just did like one extra section.
Sure.
So I thought, I love that shawl. I love knitting it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this would be a good way to kind of do a little bit of a fade with a pop. So I thought going from light into this darker version of it would be really pretty. And this has like grays and reds and rusty oranges and blacks. I think they'll go really well together.
I think they will too.
So that was another one. And then where are we going next?
So I'm going to go to Hudson and West.
All right. So just that one.
So Hudson and West, after I recovered from my embarrassment, I saw this color and I thought this is lovely. It's the same yarn. And I'm going to do that Oshin hat. And I'm going to use the recommended yarn since it was there. And I got the colorway Smoke.
I got the colorway Mallard.
Ooh. Those are pretty together.
Yeah, I'm going to knit the hat I showed last time. Remember? The cable hat?
Yes, I do remember.
That was...
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know if I even freaking purchased the pattern yet. I did.
So this is Forge is the base for both of the yarns. I've knit with Forge before and it was lovely to knit with. It's 70% US Merino and 30% US Corriedale, 235 yards for about 100 grams. So it's like it's a worsted weight.
Is it?
Yarn. Yeah.
Oh.
Heavy DK worsted.
Yeah, mine is Forge as well.
So at this point, like when you get the yardage, it's you could kind of go both ways.
Yeah.
What does your hat call for? DK? You can make this work.
Yeah, DK.
Yeah, you can make this
So I'm going to knit the deep winter hat that I showed last week.
Yeah.
Out of Mallard. There was another color I want to get. So once they have it in stock again, I'm going to buy that for...
I should show you the pattern.
A Brooklyn tweed hat that just came out. That's also cabled.
I took the screen protector off my sandwich. No, not my sandwich.
Off your iPad?
Off my iPad.
I am getting hungry.
I'm starving.
What are we going to do for lunch?
I don't know. We cooked ham steaks and we have like potatoes and stuff.
It's 1 o'clock already.
I think pizza would be great. This is the Oshin hat by Megan Babin. I can't stop looking at the guy. Do you think that's her husband?
I don't know, but I want to knit the...
So that's the hat. And I'm going to be using Is that the same color yarn?
I don't know.
Oh, it might be. Hudson and West. Mallard.
Oh, this color.
That's in that color. How fun. But I'm going to do mine in Smoke. So I'm really excited about it.
They have beautiful colors.
They do have beautiful colors. The yarn knits up very, very well.
All right. Let's go to Mayak next.
Really? You don't want to do this one?
Oh, we could.
Because that's pretty quick. We have a lot of stuff from Mayak. Mayak, we went a little overboard.
So
we got a little overexcited.
Also stopped at Kelborn Woolens. And honestly, the reason we stopped there is because of the yarn that I bought from Yarnia. I bought
She was lovely too.
Yeah, she was very nice. The woman who was
her name, yeah.
The woman who was there, she was fantastic also.
Yeah.
So when we were in Kelborn Woolens,
it's one of my favorite things is meeting people.
We saw a sample, which again, this I guess is why people have samples.
Yes.
And it was of these kind of like Selbu type mitts. Mm-hmm. Is this it? I know I had it up on my phone before, so I'm trying to find it.
Oh, isn't it? Oh, it's not on the card.
No, be careful with that. Because you don't want to show
I'm not.
Oh, here they are. All right. So we saw this pattern of these mitts.
So cool.
We all tried them on, and they fit beautifully.
I did not, but I'm sure I'll be fine.
Okay. They were super soft.
Yeah.
These are the Morrow Lake mitts. I want to go back to that other picture, please.
Where she had there.
Here.
Oh, they're cool.
These are like literally stunning. In person, they were beautiful.
Yes.
They're knit on their camper base. Mm-hmm. The camper base is 100% wool, 200 yards, 183 meters, or 50 grams. You need one skein of each color. We all...
It's fingering weight, super fine.
Yeah, I think with the exception of Kim, we all bought a kit. Or made our kit.
Made a kit.
From this.
We made our own.
So I am going to knit mine, I think out of the colors that were shown. No, that's a lie. So this is Driftwood Heather.
Yeah.
And then this is Navy Heather. When I tell you how soft those mitts were.
Oh. Well, the yarn is so soft.
Yeah. And these skeins were $9 a skein. So you can knit a pair of mitts for $18.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, do it.
And those are gorgeous.
Yeah. Do it. Do it. Just go by. I love it. Love it. Can't wait.
So, yeah, like Kevin said, we're all going to be twinsies. So I also got the Driftwood Heather, but I paired mine with Ocean Heather.
Beautiful color.
So these are going to be my colors. Kate
and I are twinning.
Yeah,
we have
Kate got the same exact one, and then Kim and Laura was quick. She's like was boom boom, and she put together like a teal or something.
No, I think she got Driftwood also.
Oh, really?
In like a pink color, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was like corally or something. I don't know. Anyway, we were very excited. So Kilburn Woolens was very nice. They were very nice people. Beautiful yarn. Hey, look, you know what? This is not really a purchase, but they gave us little
Oh yeah.
Little like door prize kind of things as we we got our badges, and Cowgirl Blues was there, which was really fun. We showed some of her yarn last time, so they sent little.
This is called lipstick, so it's like a little nice.
Mine doesn't have a name on it, but still cute.
All right, and then I guess
I showed my sweater's quantity of yarn, and then all we have left
is Mayak. So, Mayak, I've changed my mind on what I'm knitting.
Paula was amazing. It was so nice to see her again.
Yeah, she had a fantastic booth.
Their booth was gorgeous.
I don't know.
I love their story.
What was that? Did you hear that? Something downstairs? It's the ghost. So, the first time that we had the opportunity to be at a Mayak booth was at Woolen Folk, but I think it was a little too crazy and we didn't go in.
Yeah, we couldn't go.
Right?
Yeah, we couldn't get near it.
And Kim Kate...
We plowed our way in, though, this time.
Yeah.
We were just elbowed our way in, yeah.
Kim, Kate, and Laura have knit with Mayak before. Oh, that's where we saw it, but we didn't buy. We saw it at Pick Up Every Stitch because they carry Mayak.
We did.
Yes, we didn't make any purchases there.
No, I think we were overwhelmed that day.
Yeah. So it was nice to spend some time in the booth and see the yarn in person again and touch it and get some ideas. So we both made purchases.
If you touch it, you're going to buy it.
Yes.
So just be warned, if you see Mayak yarn and you're not prepared to purchase, don't even touch it.
Right. So here's the thing. So here's the story. I made a purchase of their DK base called Tibetan Cloud. It says that wool comes from an ancient breed of sheep that roam freely on the grasslands of the Tibetan Plateau at an altitude of over 4,000 meters. So out of deep respect for animal welfare, the sheep are sheared by nomads in the traditional way that have been used for centuries. Tibetan Cloud is the result of using the finest and softest hearth of that wool, creating a yarn that is exceptionally light and soft, sliding across your hands as clouds that float across the Tibetan sky.
Can you even?
Like, seriously, guys. This is 100 grams, 3.52 ounces, 328 yards. It has a little cloud sticker to close it. So the funny thing about this is one of my final purchases.
You spent some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
But you do have a theme going.
Like a little cubey organizer on a table behind their booth. And their booth was set up more of a style where you couldn't walk in. They had a table with everything, and they had a lot of helpers to answer your questions, to grab yarn for you. So I saw this color in with all of these really neutrals, and I was like, what is that? And they brought it over, and it was a mini skein of this color, which I had in my hand the day before or earlier in the day, and I grabbed it. Unsure of what it was going to be. And now I know. This is going to be an Oslo hat. I changed my mind, and that's not what it was going to be.
It's okay.
It just came with me. So, Oslo hat. And then, this purchase was originally going to be the Oslo hat, and now it's changed also. This is in the Mayak 100% baby yak. These are 50 gram skeins. I just want to see if... Yeah, I mean, it's 100% traceable. They purchase their wools directly from nomadic Tibetan herders.
They just have this like
respect.
Yes,
they have a respect
for people, for values and social people and groups and all those things.
I
very
love
very
their
cool.
Story.
Yeah, me too. Their story is really cool.
So, this was originally going to be the Oslo hat. This is the colorway brick. So as you can see, I'm in a very orange.
You're in an orange phase.
Yeah, I'm really into orange right now.
I'm feeling very.
I knew
into
that you were going there.
right now.
I knew you were going there.
We should watch that.
I was thinking
we have a lot to watch.
I know.
No, let's not get
so.
distracted.
Here's what I'm thinking. I just have to double check yardage. What I'm thinking, and you guys let me know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You just mentioned it last night, and I still forgot about it.
So Maxim Sear, Max the Knitter, is releasing a new pattern. He's looking for test knitters. I don't know if he still is. So I should sign up after we record this so that I can maybe get in. And it's called the
Want me to put in a good word for you?
Yeah, please.
I might know
You know him. It's called the Moon. Is it Moon Bump? Max. All right. So he's releasing a new shawl pattern. I saw it on the last podcast and I thought it was gorgeous. Really thought about knitting.
Is there something called polka dots? Oh, polka dots and moonbeams.
Called the Moon Bumps
all
Wrap.
All around the pug-nosed dream. Do you remember that?
So this is knit out of Moondrake yarn though. Fua Fua.
Fue Fue.
Fue Fue.
I don't know.
Fua Fua.
Fue Fue.
And Spin Cycle.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So I don't know. I think that these will go. You guys...
I mean...
If I do the brick with this yellow...
She's a brick.
So I might send him fill out the form to be a test knitter because it has to be done by mid-March. And that would allow me to get this done pretty quickly. And I think you need 4 skeins of the Fua Fua. Ray? It's Fua Fua. Right?
Is that your stomach?
It's my stomach because I'm hungry. Yes, 4 skeins of the Fua Fua by Moondrake. 1 skein of dyed in the wool by Spin Cycle. So I think I could pull this off. I think it might be nice.
I think it could be nice too.
Right? With the darker orange and I think the yellow and the blue. There's a little orange in there. Could pick it up. Some gray. Maybe, right? Maybe, guys? All right. It's done. The deal is done. The deal has been made.
Could have helped you. That's great.
Well, I still have to sign up for a test knit and see if I got picked.
Okay. We'll put
And
it out into the
those
universe.
Are my purchases.
If anybody knows Max, please put in a good word.
Those are my purchases from Woolen Folk.
I have one more. We didn't go to Woolen Folk this year. I mean, this we did, but
So
not.
do you know I was going to say Rhinebeck, and in my head it's not, and I thought to myself it's not Rhinebeck. So I went to the next one I could think of, and it was Woolen Folk.
Knit City
But
Vogue.
we went
No, Knit Vogue. Vogue Knitting Live.
Vogue Knitting Live.
I hate all of these places because you know what? We were planning in our heads what we're doing this year, and we're feeling overwhelmed. Okay, So I also I am also going to be doing an Oslo hat, and I'm marling yarns together to do it. So I also got the stone blue, the Tibetan Cloud from Mayak, and the colorway is stone blue.
That's a really pretty color.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be marling it with healing blue, which is the which one is this? The Baby Yak.
Yeah,
100% Baby Yak. But is it called something else? Like
no, I think it's just called
Baby Yak.
Baby Yak.
And I'm going to marl it with this. So these are right?
Yeah.
I think it's going to look so cool. So this will be the Oslo. I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous. Some people have mentioned that the pattern might be a little bit difficult to follow. No. But I think we'll be just fine. So
Laura
has
knit it, and so is Jana.
Jana, yeah.
And they both said it looks confusing, but it makes sense, and once you do it, you'll be fine. So
this will match my sweater too when I'm done.
Yeah, you'll be all blue.
I'll be all blue. I'm blue. Okay.
I think those are all of our purchases. That's not bad.
No.
I think we were pretty restrained.
No impulse buys.
No, all of mine have. That was the only impulse buy. Everything else.
I think everything has a purpose. Well, I'm not quite. Yes.
Everything has. Everything has a purpose.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure what the purpose of the Haynes House and Murky Depths. I think one of them was supposed to be a hat,
and one was probably supposed to be gloves. I would go gloves with the Haynes House.
Me too.
And
that's kind of where I'm thinking.
With the Murky Depths.
Yeah.
All right. So all that's left.
Or do I want MCN on my hands? That's probably going to be nice and warm too. But it'll probably pill a little bit.
Yes,
faster than a hat.
Correct.
Okay, good.
All right, so let's talk about
the deal is done.
What we've been reading and watching.
We have one more thing.
What?
The giveaway.
Oh, Sugar Shock.
Do you want to wait till next time?
No, so we have another giveaway. Our friend Caleb over at Drowning in Yarn has released a new app for iOS only, so that's for Apple devices only. It is an app to track your yarn stash. Now, if you are a Ravelry user and you use their stash tracking system, this may not be the app for you. It does not connect to Ravelry.
Mm-hmm. We don't use that functionality, so this would be really good for us. We have to take some inventory. You have to take some inventory.
No.
So the app is called
Yarn Store Stash Tracker.
Yep.
It is a $5 app in the Apple App Store. We had the pleasure of testing it out too.
Yeah,
gave them some
cool.
feedback with the early on.
So you take pictures of your yarn, put in the information, it keeps track of everything.
Yeah, so you can take, pictures,
yep.
all that good stuff. So he's going to give us 5 coupon codes for this app. So if it's something you're interested in giving a shot, down below I would like you to type in the comments stash or yarn story. Yarn story.
Yarn story?
Yeah, because that's the name of the app.
No, it's yarn store.
Crap. Yarn. All right.
Well, now you're all screwed up.
I know. Now I messed it up.
People are going to just type in yarn story.
Just type in the word.
Type in the word yarn.
No, that would be ridiculous. Stash, I guess. Right?
Okay.
So if you use stash in your comment, then you will be entered to give away, and then we will pick 5 winners before the next podcast, and then once you give us your email address, Caleb will send you coupon codes.
How exciting. That's really cool. And it'll be really nice to get some information to, back to him. When you create something like that, you have your testers, but the real feedback from actual people using it will be really helpful for him to continue to develop it.
Yeah, and
I think it's super cool.
He's definitely made changes to it from the very beginning. He's made some updates to it. So, yeah, so that's that. And now we can talk about what we've been reading and watching. So reading, I finished 2 books, and I've started a new one. So if you guys remember, I have been reading this series, the Half Bad series, based on the TV show Half Bad, the Bastard Son and the Devil himself. On Netflix was based off of. So I read... Why is it not in my... Oh, here we go. So I finished reading Half Wild, which was book 2, and Half Lost, which was book 3.
Yeah.
I loved the series. Again, I know I've said it through every podcast that I've talked about this. The characters to me were just so different than the book. The world building was... Or I'm sorry, the TV show. The world building was better. I wish that one storyline got wrapped up that didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a little bittersweet, the ending. I didn't expect it. So it follows Nathan. Nathan is his father is a blood witch. His mother is a Fairborn witch. Which those typically don't mix. They don't like each other. And he gets there's kind of like a war that's not really a war, and both sides want him. They either are afraid he's going to go bad or afraid he's going to be good, and they try to kind of control him a lot throughout this book. He has a lot of struggles. There's a lot of abuse to him, whether it's physical and mental abuse, emotional abuse. And at the end of the day, he just wanted to be accepted for who he was, and kind of didn't want to have labels placed on him. And it's his growth really through this book and how he comes into his own. But there's just so much fighting in this, and there's a lot of death. It hits a lot of topics, but I just thought it was so good, and we enjoyed the TV show. I enjoyed the books way more than I enjoyed the TV show.
Yeah, you were saying that like if you had read the books, you may not have enjoyed the TV show.
I would have really disliked it because the characters were different. The magic was different in them. So I finished that, and I'm currently reading Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. And this you follow Elizabeth, who is an orphan, and she is currently an apprentice at one of the... Are they Grand Libraries, maybe? Maybe Grand Library?
I can't remember what it's called.
And the libraries keep grimoires in them that are different class levels. They range from level 1 to level 10, and the level 10s are very strong, and the grimoires kind of come to life. They talk and they do stuff. They spit ink, and in some cases they can become monsters.
What's that one called? Sorcery of Thorns.
Yeah, Sorcery of Thorns.
Because I did read that one.
Magic is bad in here. Sorcerers are bad. It's thought of in the way that she's been raised in the library as an orphan, that they, eat children, have blood sacrifices, and all of that stuff that you would expect to have some negative thoughts of what sorcerers are. And she's starting to realize that that's not the case, and that maybe the way that she was raised and what she's learned is not accurate. So she has left her home against her will, and she's kind of in the real world now and starting to figure things out. And she's with a guy, Nathan Thorn, who is the last descendant of his family.
Yes.
And it makes the rest of the country very nervous.
Yes.
Because his ancestors have saved them from wars in the past. And in order for a sorcerer to get their power, they have to make a deal with a demon.
Yep.
And the demons kind of become their familiars in a weird way that you would have seen in like other magic movies.
And they're their connection to that magic.
That's how they have magic, is through the demon. So very, very interesting. I would say it started off very slow, but once I hit about 30% in the book, things started really picking up, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So yeah, that's what I'm reading.
Cool. I finished Senlin Ascends, which was book 1 of the Tower of Babel series. It's a trilogy. I did feel like it moved pretty slowly, and I wasn't 100% interested in continuing the series right now The next book was like $10.
Oh.
Yeah, and not that it matters because like good books are, worth it. But there was no companion on Audible, and it took me a very, very long time to read the book. So I'm putting the rest of the series on hold for right now. I thought it was pretty good. The story building or the world building was very good. The character development was also very good, but I didn't find myself like, oh, I can't wait to find out what happens next. It was kind of just like, oh, okay, that happened, and oh, that happened, and the whole premise is that they go to the Tower of Babel, which everybody who has not been to the Tower of Babel sets this place up to be like, the cultural pinnacle of like cultural society, and like everybody wants to be there and everybody wants to go there, and it's incredible and it's a positive thing, and each floor has something unique and different to offer. And he slowly realizes that that's completely not the case, and that these books, these travel guides to this Tower of Babel, were written obviously by people who have not been there.
Oh. So
a ton of chaos ensues. Some pretty hard things to read happens, and he goes there for his honeymoon because he is a teacher. He has one of those books, those travel guides to the Tower of Babel, and is very excited, thinking that this would be like a really cool honeymoon, because on level 3, that floor is the baths. So there's all these like, hot springs and really great vacation-esque type of place. Well, he loses his wife even before they even get into the tower, and there's so many people that his primary mission now is to continue to go through the tower to try to find his wife. And he picks up on some clues as to where she would be. So now like 6 months have gone by, and he hasn't found his wife yet. He's on level 4 now. Oh. And he still didn't find his wife by the end of the book. And so,
spoiler alert.
Oops. Well, so anyway, that's that. Whatever. He's still on his journey to find his wife, and he's ascending through the tower. So, yeah, it stopped in the middle of like
a story.
Yeah, this crazy. No, and then this crazy scene, and you're just like, really? So it was kind of like a season finale of something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at that time, I was just like done for a moment. So yeah. I'm done for a little while. Anyway, I started a new series called The Muirwood Chronicles, I believe.
Yeah, it's based on an existing series. I think it takes place in the same universe.
Yeah. So this is called The Druid by Jeff Wheeler. It's the dawning of Muirwood, Muirwood.
Which I started reading the first book in that series.
And, yeah, it's super cool. So far, I'm on book 1. I'm not very far into the book itself, maybe about 20% through. But I found out this morning that there is a companion Audible piece, and this is on Kindle Unlimited. So I got this one for free, and the companion Audible is also for free too. So I can listen along, and that helps me because I can't last very long at nighttime when I'm reading.
No, you cannot.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's cool. I don't fully understand yet the concepts, but they're trying to build a new like abbey. There seems like there's 2 schools of magic. One is like the Druid kind of side, and another is I can't remember the name.
Apothecary?
Something like not really, but something like that. There's 2 different kind of like trains of thought when it comes to magic, which is called the medium. So people can tap into the medium and create magical things and do magical things. So yeah, so far so good. I will keep you apprised.
All right, and then lastly, what we've been watching.
A lot of things.
So we've been keeping up with The Last of Us. Love it. Every moment of the show. Love every moment of The Last of Us.
It's so good.
Episode 3 was fantastic.
So good.
So highly recommend that. If you don't like zombies, I wouldn't recommend it.
It's not really about this. I mean, it kind of is.
It is. Yeah. It's a post-apocalyptic war.
Yeah, no,
they're zombies.
They're playing zombies.
We also watched on Hulu, The Bear.
Oh, what a surprise.
So good.
Surprise.
Go watch. 25 to 30 minute episodes. It takes place in Chicago. Mm-hmm. He is a chef, like a Michelin star chef, or maybe James Beard Award winner, one of those, I think.
Top, like, head, like...
Yeah, he's like a
head of
chef,
magazines
chef.
and... Yeah.
And he returns back to Chicago and works at a family-run...
like, sandwich
shop
meat
type
shop.
of thing. Like, it's almost like a combination of like a diner and a sandwich shop.
Mm-hmm.
It has that kind of feel.
Yeah.
And he's trying to work with the staff, work through some personal issues, and elevate the menu.
His brother owned the shop.
Yes.
And passed away and left the store
to him.
The restaurant, whatever.
Really, really good. I mean, it's so fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't recommend it. We loved it by the end. I will say maybe episodes 1 and 2 we weren't quite sure still.
Well, because it's not really driven by the story. Like, the story doesn't drive the episodes. The interactions of the people do.
Yeah. So
they don't really focus on this is happening now, the next step is to do this, and then finally
it's not procedural.
No, not at all.
Right, it's not a procedural drama.
And I have no idea what the timeline was really that was happening. It's the interaction, and it like Kevin said, it's super fast paced. A lot of swearing though, a lot of bad language.
I loved it.
Yeah, me too. The acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the girl,
I love her.
Holy cow, I don't remember her name right now, but she's
Sydney?
Incredible.
Is it Sydney in the show?
I don't know, but the actress is lovely.
Yeah. We also, as we said in the last episode, we watched Mannequin for a little nostalgia.
We did watch Mannequin.
So good.
There was some problematic dialogue
statements in there,
too.
for sure. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I know that it's problematic now. It wasn't problematic then. Then it was, but at the same time, I think it's interesting because it shows growth.
It does, yes.
Because you could watch something from the 20s and 30s and it'd probably be problematic in the 80s, you know? Yeah. So there have been some changes in time.
No, it was still enjoyable, though.
Yes. We also watched Batman and Superman, Battle of the Super Sons.
You're right. I forgot about that. That was highly enjoyable.
Yeah, DC does really well with their animated movies.
We were talking that, like, Marvel is our favorite live action movie.
Yes.
Like, genre.
And DC, hands down, great animated movies.
Yeah, and they're our favorite animated.
I, by myself, watched Green Lantern, Beware My Power. It was the story of Jon Stewart. So that one was actually really good. I watched that on Wednesday when I was homesick. We watched, last night, The Woman King with Viola Davis.
She's
so good.
I think she's such a wonderful actress. She, like, exudes so much, like, power, and, like, she really commands the
we were talking about it today, and just all the women were beautiful in their own way. The really tall woman, she had such a beautiful voice.
Yeah, she started singing. I was like, oh my gosh, I got goosebumps. I don't know her name.
I don't her name is Sheila Atom. It was
really good. Yeah.
And it's it's influenced by true events, kind of. So I was reading a little bit more about the country and the people, and trying to get a grasp on what it was like at that time frame. It was like 1852-ish, if I'm not mistaken, 52 or 53. And I think we watched one other thing. Let's see. Let me consult the.
No, I think that's about it.
No, that's everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Great.
That is all we have for you guys for these 2 weeks. We're over 2 hours again, and he thought it was going to be a short one. I said absolutely not. And
I really don't think our microphone's plugged in.
Well, I mean, either way, we'll just bump up the volume. I got the message that said to use an accessory, unlock your iPad.
And you did
so that means that something was plugged in. Okay. I did unlock it because we are using it. If I didn't unlock it, we wouldn't be recording.
All right, so it's going to take me about 30 years to get our show notes together because we didn't do any prepping. We have a lot of things to say and to talk about in the show notes. So
yeah, we'll have it all there. And if we miss something, definitely reach out to us. We'll try to... I'm starving, so we're going to figure out lunch as soon as we're done. So thank you all for hanging out with us and spending some time with us over the last 2 hours. And we will see you all in a fortnight.
Bye.
Bye, guys.